Have you ever watched a well-trained dog walk attentively beside his owner through a crowded outdoor shopping plaza? Have you ever seen a service dog walk nicely beside her owner through an airport off-leash? When you see a dog stay beside his owner through high levels of distraction, it is always very impressive. Training a dog to walk beside you in the presence of such distraction can be a challenge, but if you begin when your dog is young, then your dog can truly master this skill. As you may have already discovered, your German Shepherd is probably very intelligent and likely loves to work and to learn. Teaching your puppy to walk nicely on a leash is not only important for meeting his exercise needs, but it is also a great way to stimulate him mentally and to give him something purposeful to do. Additionally, teaching your puppy to walk nicely on the leash also makes it easier for you to go places with him and to socialize him. Socializing your puppy when he is young can prevent him from becoming fearful, aggressive, or overly protective. It can also prepare him for other specialized work, such as service dog work, therapy dog work, canine good citizen certification, shoots and work, advanced obedience, and agility or flyball. Before I move on with the video, I want to ask you a simple question. Do you want to train your dog for any basic commands like sit and stay? Do you want to stop any of the behavioral problems of your dog like pooping inside the house, biting, jumping, or barking? If your answer is yes, please grab the free Dog Training Secrets Guide, in which I have disclosed the deepest dog training secrets that professional dog trainers don't want you to know about. These training secrets would help you have a well-behaved, super intelligent, smart and obedient dog without spending hours in training him or her. This secret training technique ebook is available for free only for a limited time. So go and grab it before it's too late. Link to the free ebook and training videos is in the description below. Defining tasks. It is so enjoyable to be able to go for a walk with your well-trained dog. Teaching your puppy to walk beside you on the leash now will be much easier than trying to teach him when he weighs over 70 pounds and has developed bad leash pulling habits. By starting early, you are also exposing him to many important sights and sounds while you are walking him, and you are meeting his exercise needs as he grows. Teaching your puppy to walk beside you can also help your puppy to trust and respect you, as well as teach him to listen and focus on you better. Although teaching your puppy to walk beside you on the leash without pulling is fairly simple, it may take your puppy a lot of practice before he will do it when he is around distractions. Being consistent and continuing to practice often will help him to learn, though. Expect this to take between 2 to 4 months to truly train. He should begin to understand what he is supposed to do within a couple of weeks, but it might take him a lot of practice before he can do it when he is distracted. For this reason, be patient. By teaching him this while he is young, you are gaining a lifetime of enjoyable walks with him and preventing years of frustration from him pulling. While teaching this, it is important to pay close attention to your puppy. Watch for opportunities to reward him for walking right beside you and looking at you. Pay careful attention to where his body is. If his head begins to move in front of your leg by more than a couple of inches, then be ready to move in front of him, stop, or get his focus back on the treat, depending on which method you are using to teach him. It is much easier to teach him if you act as soon as he starts to get ahead of you, rather than when he is a foot or two ahead of you. Keep things fun and upbeat as much as possible, especially when he is successful. It is important to let him know when he is doing well so that he will understand what he is supposed to be doing. If you are getting frustrated, then it is best to end your walk on a successful note and then return home and try again later when you are feeling better. Remember that he is still learning, and at first will not understand what he is supposed to be doing. He will need time and your help to learn. Getting started. To get started, you will need lots of small, tasty treats. Choose treats that will be easy for him to eat while moving, such as real meat, freeze-dried treats, or something else that is very soft or dissolves. You will also need a 6-foot leash and regular collar that your puppy cannot slip out of. If you are using the treat luring method and you are practicing in a safe, enclosed area, then you can practice this method without a leash at first. It is important to use a 6-foot leash rather than a shorter 3 or 4-foot leash or a retractable leash while you are teaching this. Additionally, you will need patience, good timing, focus on your dog, and a great attitude. The turning method. Step 1. Position your dog. To begin, attach a 6-foot leash to your puppy's collar and have him sit or stand right beside you, with his head beside your leg. Step 2. Walk forward. With your puppy right beside you, with his head next to your leg but not in front of it, take a couple of steps forward. If your puppy stays right beside you when you step, then praise him and offer him a treat. If he pulls ahead, then speed up and step in front of him, at a 90-degree angle, then walk a couple of more steps in that direction. If your puppy is too far ahead of you for you to be able to step in front of him, then turn away from him, at a 90-degree angle, and walk forward in that direction a couple of steps, so that he has to catch up to you. Step 3. Speed up. When you walk forward, if your puppy falls behind or wanders off to the side, then turn away from him, at a 90-degree angle, and walk faster to encourage him to hurry up. Step 4. Reward. When your puppy adjusts his speed to stay beside you as you walk and turn, and when he looks up at you, praise him and offer him a treat. Step 5. Repeat. When your puppy will stay right beside you every time you turn and walk straight, then begin to add more steps. Practice walking straight and turning with the additional step added in until your puppy is consistently staying beside you. When your puppy is consistently staying beside you with the additional step, then add one more again. Repeat this process until you can go on a full walk without your puppy pulling. Step 6. Add distractions. When you can go on a walk with your puppy right beside you the entire time, then begin to practice this around different types of distractions. Practice around one new type of distraction at a time, only moving on to the next type of distraction when your puppy can walk right beside you even in the presence of the current distraction. Different types of distractions might include walking through crowds of people, walking in public places such as stores and parks, walking with multiple people, and walking around or with other dogs. The treat luring method. Step 1. Get set up. To begin, either attach a 6-foot leash to your puppy's collar or go to a safe enclosed space with enough room to walk around. If you are in a safe place, then you may practice this method off leash. Step 2. Show the treat. Have your puppy stand on your left side. Hold a treat in your left hand and place your hand against your left hip, where your dog can see the treat. Step 3. Walk forward. With the treat at your hip, walk forward while telling your dog, heel, and if your puppy follows with his head by your leg, then praise him and offer him the treat. Step 4. Turn right. Practice walking forward and rewarding your puppy several times. When he is doing well, then turn to your right, so that he has to hurry up to stay beside your leg. When he catches up and his head is by your leg again, praise him and offer him another treat. Step 5. Turn left. When your dog is doing well turning right and walking straight, then add in left turns. While you are walking straight, speed up a little bit to get in front of your dog, and then turn left in front of him, being careful not to step on him when you do this. When he slows down to stay by your side, praise him and offer him a treat. Step 6. Put it together. When your dog is doing well with walking straight, turning right, and turning left, then practice walking around obstacles that require you to turn both directions. Continue to reward him for staying right beside you when you turn and for staying right beside you when you walk straight. Step 7. Phase out the lure. When your puppy is staying right with you and focusing on the treat while he walks, then begin to remove the treat from his sight. To remove the treat, first raise the treat to your left eye, with your head turned toward him, so that your puppy is looking at your face. When your puppy is walking nicely while looking at your face, then remove the treat from your hand but continue to point to your eye with an empty hand while you walk. When your puppy is doing well with that also, then remove your hand entirely, and when you reward your puppy keep the treats out of his sight until right before you hand him one. Do this so that he will look at your face rather than at the treats while you walk. Step 8. Increase